Hello everyone, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the new session of our e-learning class. I am Rasmi Ranjan Misra, HOD of Department of BBA, UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. Today I am going to discuss with you relating to financial institutions and market. So on today's discussion, we will discuss relating to Clearing Corporation of India Limited, which is one of the financial institutions. So what is its role and what are the basic functions provided by CCIL that we will discuss one by one. So first, before discussing the detail relating to CCIL, first we have to know what is Clearing Corporation and how do they work. Clearing Corporation is an organization associated with stock exchange established to handle confirmation, settlement and delivery of a transaction. So basically Clearing Corporation means it is one organization which is associated with the stock exchange and that basically established to handle confirmation, settlement and delivery of a financial transaction. This Clearing Corporation is also called as clearing house or clearing firm. A capital market is a place where participants aim at raising long-term capital for their business entities. This capital market is broadly divided or classified into primary market and secondary market. So basically capital market or financial market is a place where investors or the participants they involved to raise funds and basically that is long-term funds or long-term capital for their business entity. And this financial market or capital market is divided into two parts, that is primary market and a secondary market. So primary market means it is otherwise called as a new issue market where shares, securities, bonds and debentures are traded for the first time without any intermediaries. So basically primary market it is called as a new issue market because the organization or entities those are interested to raise long-term funds, they primarily enter into the financial market for issuing shares, debentures and bond and they can also raise funds. And in primary market the issues are made for the first time without the help of intermediaries. So basically in primary market when the funds are raised for the first time that is made by way of initial public offerings. So IPO are dealt in this market where a private company decide to go public by issue of shares for the first time. This is highly regulated process facilitated by different investment banks and security dealers. So basically in primary market the regulating facilities is purely or that is highly regulated and that is facilitated by different investment bankers as well as security dealers. They oversee, that means the investment bankers as well as the security dealers they oversee the sale directly with the prospective investors. Then we go to secondary market. It is also called as a aftermarket which deals with the securities that are already issued. That means those organizations or entities they raise funds in primary market by way of IPO. Then after issuing shares or debentures for the first time in the form of IPO, then they are eligible to enter into the secondary market. That is why it is called as a aftermarket. So where the shares or securities are already traded in primary market, those entities they are get that facility primary market, they are eligible to enter into the secondary market. So here the new dealers as well as existing investors or the new investors as well as existing investors instead of directly dealing with the issuing company. So this secondary market is what people commonly refer as stock market. So secondary market is otherwise called as a stock market or stock exchange where there is bulk trading of stock take place. All the transactions that take place in this market are routed through a common platform. So in secondary market or in stock exchange, the shares or securities are traded through a particular route and that is called as a common platform which is called as a stock exchange. So there are two prominent stock exchange, one is Bombay Stock Exchange BSE and NSE that is called as a National Stock Exchange. Through that two stock exchange the investors get the facility to buy and sell the shares or the companies their shares are listed in these two stock exchanges. These transactions go through three distinct process. So in secondary market, when transactions are made, basically that involves three phases. One is trading, second one is clearing, and third one is settlement. So trading means where buying and selling of shares or securities are take place. Clearing, that is one type of arrangement of a trade through exchange obligation. Various bodies are involved to make sure this process is carried out with transparency and a minimal risk. And this involves updating the accounts of parties those are involved and arrangement of a transfer of money and securities. Then the last part, that is called as settlement, where there is actual transfer of money take place. That means there is a case of a pay in and a pay out. Then clearing corporation, it is one organization which plays a very vital role in this process. That means where trading, clearing and settlement is done in secondary market, that is basically made through different clearing corporation. So clearing corporation is one type of organization which plays a very vital role in secondary market or in this process. Depository clearing banks, clearing members and custodians, they are other important entities which assist or participate the entire process of clearing. So with the clearing corporation, different other entities are there. That means different clearing banks or clearing members as well as different custodians. They also involved, or they are also the important entity. They participate or they assist the clearing corporation for the entire process of activities. The core process involved in clearing and settlement are trade recording, trade confirmation, determination of obligation, pay in and pay out of funds. So basically in clearing process, the main process or the core process are, one is recording process, that means trading recording, another one is trade confirmation, the next one is determination of obligation, and the last one is pay in and pay out, that means settlement of funds and securities. So that is one example. If two investors they agree to carry out financial transaction, clearing corporation act as a facilitator in this process, taking the offsetting position to each of them. That means buyer to the seller as well as seller to the buyer. Clearing house ensures there is proper transfer of ownership of shares and the money involved from buyer to the beneficiary. It participates at every stage, ensuring confirmation, settlement and delivery of all type of financial transaction. So we can understand the role of a clearing corporation further through the Clearing Corporation of India Limited, an entity which operates and conducts itself as an associate for the stock exchange. So if we want to understand the details relating to the clearing corporation, then basically we will direct focus to one of a company or a financial institution which is called as the Clearing Corporation of India Limited. That entity operates and conducts itself as an associate of the stock exchange. So what is CCIL or Clearing Corporation of India Limited? When it was set up, what it gets the facilities, what are the roles or the functions that are played by CCIL, that we will discuss. So CCIL was set up in the year 2001 in the month of April for providing exclusive clearing and settlement of a transaction, basically in money market as well as different government securities, as well as also it deals with the foreign exchange dealings. The company commenced its operation on February 15, 2002. It was established in the year 2001, but it started its operational activities in the year 2002 in the month of February 15, when the negotiated dealing system of RBI was live. CCIL started providing the settlement of a forex transaction. It also get the facility for providing the different settlement relating to forex transaction, and that operational activity was continued in the year 2002 in the month of November. CCIL also launched the collateralized borrowing and lending obligation in the month January in the year 2003, a money market product which is based on collateral securities or guilty as collateral. The main function or the main motto of CCIL is to bring out efficiency in transaction settlement as well as to protect the financial system from risk management from operational issue. Basically, CCI has established to bring efficiency in the financial market as well as relating to different settlement of a financial transaction and to make the financial system free from risks arising from different operational issues. So what are the basic role or function of CCIL? The first one is provision of a guaranteed clearing and settlement function to various markets. Basically, clearing corporation aims at a clearing as well as settlement process. So it was established to make provision for guaranteeing of a clearing process as well as for settlement of a various function to various markets. Apart from secondary market, clearing corporation also deal with the various transactions relating to money market. That means used to manage the liquidity position through lending and borrowing facility. And the second one is foreign exchange market. The clearing corporation also established to make all type of foreign exchange dealing. That means the largest financial market where participants can buy, sell and exchange and speculate on currencies. Then the next part, that is government securities, tradable debt obligation from government to meet the short-term fiscal deficit. Then the next one is derivative market. CCIL also established to provide functions relating to market for trading instrument that derived from other form of assets, namely in future as well as in option market. Then the next function of a CCIL that improve the market efficiency, ensure transparency, liquidity and risk management, which is the prime function of CCIL. Then another one is it conducts a background check on the financial strength of different traders involved in transaction in order to avoid the failure of a performance or partial fulfillment of obligation. That means in case any problem is arise and that problem avoidance is also made as a CCIL, which acts as a background on the financial strength for the traders those are involved in financial transaction. Then the next function, it offers different settlement service to the government sector or government entities. Then the clearing corporation is most helpful in settlement of a different complex transaction in a derivative market. Clearing corporation also provides different functional activities relating to the derivative market. Basically, the different complex transaction which is made in a derivative market through future and option contract, that was also dealt with by CCIL. Then CCIL also covers the settlement for wholesale markets or wholesale investors entities like different banks, insurance companies, mutual fund or other entities. For them also CCIL provides various functional service. Then it also acts as a one calculation agent for SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, as well as it also acts as an agent of FBIL, that means Financial Benchmark India Private Limited. It also takes responsibility for administering the value of different government securities. Then another function is it eliminates the need for any post-settlement arbitration. So if any type of post-settlement arbitration problem is there, in that case CCIL also responsible to eliminate the need for that any post-settlement arbitration. Then what is the risk management involved with CCIL? So basically CCIL performs a concrete risk management to cover its members from different types of procedural losses, and during the settlement process it assumes the risks which may arise due to default of a member and to fulfill its obligation. If any default arises from member point of view, and in that case there is so much amount of risks is involved with the investors or the members, then CCIL assumes that risks and to fulfill all type of obligation of a default investors or default members. It aims at covering the market risks through margin process. It collects the margin from the members with respect to their outstanding trades. Then it requires the members to maintain a fund that is called as a SGF fund, which is known as Settlement Guarantee Fund, that enough to meet all type of requirement, both in case of initial margin, that means to cover potential loss for price volatility, that means when there is volatility of a security, that is increase or decrease in price, that is called as volatile market. So in that case, the initial margining is helped to cover all type of losses as well as mark to margin, that means to cover all type of notional loss, and thereby protecting the investors and cautioning them from transactional loss or transactional issues. Then the clearing corporation that covers liquidity risks, which is one of the major risks that arise out of the settlement process. So at the time of a settlement process, that means transfer of money which is pay in or pay out. In that case, if that any liquidity risk also arises, then CCIL also covers that liquidity risk, which is one of the most important or major risks. It also ensures the liquidity is maintained both funds as well as for the securities, and for this purpose it has arranged the line of credit from different banks in order to meet that short-term obligation, and the shortfall which arises out of the default by a member that meets that requirement. The members can make their contribution to SGF fund in the form of securities which are listed in CCIL, as well as CCIL also ensures the most liquid securities that contribute a major portion of SGF fund to eliminate all type of liquidity risks. So at the time of a settlement process, if any type of liquidity risk arises, then in that case CCIL ensures that the most liquid securities which contribute a major portion of SGF fund, that ensures to eliminate that liquidity risks. Then clearing corporation, it acts as a protective umbrella for all the secondary market transaction with efficient risk management system. As basically in secondary market, clearing corporation of India plays a very vital role. So it acts as a protective umbrella which ensures all the secondary market for any type of transaction with efficient risk management process. It insulates the entire financial system from shocks emanating from the security market transaction, and this way the market players as well as assured of the quality of a transaction and the integrity of a financial market that stays intact. As CCIL acts as a protective umbrella for secondary market, so both market players as well as the quality of a transaction and integrity in the financial market that stays intact through the service provided by CCIL or through the risk management activities handled by CCIL. So these are the basic part that relates to CCIL, the basic role or function provided by CCIL, and what is the risk management part that is provided by CCIL. Then the next financial institution, that is Discount and Finance House of India. So what is that, and when it was established, and what is the basic objectives or who are dealt with DFHI. So basically DFHI, it was set up in the year 1988 in the month of March by Reserve Bank of India jointly with the different public sector banks and All India Financial Institution. So with the collaboration of different public sector bank as well as different financial institution through RBI, the DFHI was established in the year 1988, and basically it was established to develop the money market only to provide liquidity to money market instrument. So DFHI role was basically focused on the money market instrument, that means that provides liquidity through issue of a different money market instrument. So what is the basic objectives of DFHI? The first one is to even out the liquidity imbalance in the banking system. In the case of or in banking system, if there is any liquidity imbalance, then that should be eradicated, which is one of the basic objectives of the function of a DFHI. Then the second objective is to promote the secondary market in short-term money market instrument. As basically DFHI was established to fulfill the money market or the short-term requirement. Basically, the short-term money market instrument are handled or promoted by the DFHI. Then the third function, that is to integrate market at regional center with the main market at Mumbai. That means the central hub is at Mumbai and others are operated through the central hub. Then it provides safe and risk-free short-term investment for different avenues to institutions, and it also provides greater liquidity to money market instrument. Who are the constituents of SGL account? DFHL provides the constituents SGL account facility that enables those entities which otherwise do not have SGL account facility with relate to RBI and to reap the full benefits that investing from different government securities. What are the money market instruments that are dealt with DFHI? Basically, one is treasury bill, second one is detailed government securities, then certificate of deposit, commercial papers, and call money markets instrument are dealt with the money market instrument through DFHI. What is the role of DFHI? The first one is to discount, purchase and sell different treasury bill of exchange or commercial bill as well as commercial paper. Then the second is to play an important role player as a lender as well as borrowers to broker in the interbank call money market. The third role to promote and support company fund, trust and different other organizations for development of a short-term money market. Then the next one is it also help different corporate entities, banks as well as financial institutions to meet short-term money market surplus instrument. Then who can deal with the DFHI? All individuals, corporates, regional rural banks, cooperative banks, provident fund, pension fund, gratuity funds, different trusts, insurance company, mutual fund and a financial institution or commercial banks. They are dealt with DFHI. And finally, we have to conclude DFHI can achieve sustained growth and more effective role to fulfill the basic objectives of a money market instrument and to make smooth facility for short-term liquidity. So this is our today's discussion relating to two financial institutions. One is CCIL, another one is DFHI. The basic objectives and functions provided by CCIL and DFHI that we have discussed. So hope you students all are clear about that. Still you are having any doubt, then you can give your comment in the comment section. Thank you all.